the president was very, very convinced that Nigeria had outgrown her stock of infrastructure, living on infrastructure that was like 2.5 decades behind, and a population that had grown. So supporting the construction of a new seaport in Lekki, supporting the completion of a new refinery by Dangote, committing to using tax credits to address that infrastructure deficit has helped him to, and the government through my ministry, to do some really big things.
Now, I'm just going to speak to this. The whole story about the second Niger bridge, that whole story, many ministers before him did groundbreaking ceremonies, but not one concrete, not one wheelbarrow was seen. I think to his credit, no one can deny him that he provided, but in terms of a determined driver to get results, someone that is hungry to prove that where others fail, he will pass and succeed. He had to prioritize that project, which redefined, the movement between the southeast and the rest of the country. I think we cannot overemphasize the economic benefit of that. That will go to his testimony. That where others failed and they were doing ceremonies, beating drums, small boys and small girls dancing. There was a time I said when I was president of the NLC, before Fashola became the Minister of Works, I said, they've done so much groundbreaking on this second Niger that the entire Asaba and Onitsha must be trembling, because you do groundbreaking 2, 3, 4 times. What is left to be broken? We want the job done, which is what Fashola came to do without much fanfare. On a scale of 9 to 10.
Yeah, Babatunde Fashola, I fell in love with him when he was a Lagos State governor anyway. He did well. And I never doubted his capacity as a person to deliver. Thank God for what he's doing. When I see these kind of things, it gives me hope that there are still people in this country who can deliver the dividend of democracy.
Since the advent of Nigeria, and I make bold to say this, since the advent of Nigeria, from colonial times to independence, First Republic, Second Republic, the military regimes, 16 years of PDP, no administration has invested and realized the kind of infrastructural development that this administration has done.
And also thank the Minister of Works, whom the work is passing through him. He's a good man. He has performed well. There are a lot of people that will be minister in this country, and what I'm seeing today in Cross River State will not be done. So I thank Baba Fashola, the former governor of Lagos State, who is today a minister, that he has extremely done well in Cross River State, that we are having a very free road.
From the commissioning of various road and bridges and infrastructure in the country, especially the recent ones, they are massive and they talk by themselves. And what we have to talk also about is the financing of this project, because you can't do a job without financing. And that was something special about Fashola by creating and since there was a lot of challenges in financing this mega project, out of nowhere, out of researches done by His Excellency, he was able to finance this job through many ways, either by the tax credit scheme, by the intervention by CBN, Sukuk, AFDB, and many others were able to execute such mega projects.
He met Lagos Ibadan when Lagos Ibadan was like crawling and no budgetary provision. meager amount. But by the time he left, we almost completed Lagos Ibadan. In fact, by the time he left, what we had left was barely about 2 kilometers on the road.
He's created a lot of innovations that have been brought to bear in this ministry. And of course, he's superintended this ministry with diligence, with capacity, competence, and also had brought about a new way of doing things. Of course, a lot of projects have been delivered under his watch. A lot are going to be delivered in both the works and housing sector. As I'm sure you're also aware that before then he had the power sector to manage, and for which he has done a great job.
He also made a bold point for us as lawyers and members of the inner bar that before you become a senior advocate, you must have something upstairs, and you can't perform very well in public office. So I can say clearly that Fashola is the reason many of us also got a chance to be tried in public office too. And we want to just thank him for that, as he progresses more in his life and career.
I'd also like to thank him for, even in his busy time, for still being able to be a brother, father, and a friend to many people. He usually says he doesn't know how to work and play, but when obviously we all know when he's working, just leave him alone. But when it's time to relax, he's always a good spirit to be around.
My dear Babatunde Raji Fashola, we thank God for your life. We thank God for your transparency. We thank God for your sense of accountability. And we thank God that you love humanity just as you love yourself. God keep you, God bless you, and God continue to shine his face upon your life.
I gained very, very deep satisfaction from being able to look back and see people whose lives were improved because I had the privilege to serve them. Whether it was people who went through our public schools, people who went through our healthcare system, people who got patronage and got work and looked after their family, people who benefited from our housing schemes, and many people who one could see that we made them happy. And that for me is the purpose of politics and service, to impact and improve the human condition. And that is why I sign up to the progressive idea of our politics. When we say we are progressives, all we are trying to do really is to improve the human condition.